Alright, so we're back with another project. It's the loft area. What I did last night was I cut back the carpet, peeled off the crown molding, because what we're going to do is, you see all this stuff here? I actually show you a picture, guys, now of what it looked like yesterday. But we're trying to get a little order to our life, so I'm going to do a built-in bookcase. Couldn't do too much last night, so all I did was pulled up the crown molding, pulled up the carpet. Today I'm going to start framing it up, so I'm about to build a platform for that there, and then it's just going to be bookshelf with shelves. It's going to take up the whole wall, and as you guys know, part of making it look like a built-in bookcase is that it has to have crown molding going across the front and bottom, so it looks like it's actually built in. So that's what I'm going to do today. I already pulled off the crown molding so I can replace it back, and we'll just take a little bit of time. But if this is your first time watching, definitely hit that subscribe button. We're going to probably start doing a lot more DIY projects on our channel, since we can't go anywhere, obviously. But definitely check us out. But here's the progress now, and I'll probably show some pictures around the way to kind of help with the video. Everything's going to be made with these are 1x4 pieces. I'm using 1x2s for like the braces and stuff like that, as well as to do the finishing. And then I have 1x15. Then I have 1x12s that I'm actually using for the shelvings. Everything I bought from Lowe's so far, about $150 in. Yeah, but ideally, I still have to go back to get more shelving because they didn't have enough when I first went there. So I'm guessing it's going to be probably about $300 once everything's all said and done. But one cabinet could cost you easily $300, so that's where we are. All right, let's do this. Here's a couple status update. I finished the base. I also put the crown molding back in front of the base, just so I can have an idea of what it's going to look like, and also things are just not all over the place and things don't get a little crazy. So it's pretty much out my way, so I don't have to worry about it too much. I'm good to go from there. Next, I'm gonna start working on gotta take out the sill actually, which I'm gonna do now. Then I'm gonna start working on putting the brackets up across the wall. My goal today is to have all the brackets up on the wall and start getting the shelves up there as well. Then I can start caulking, wood filling, sanding, and all that wonderful stuff. I'm trying to decide if I'm sand outside or inside. I think I'm gonna do a quick sand outside to smooth the shelves down. But I don't have to really sand much of it because a lot of it's going to get covered with like a trim piece of some sort. So yeah, I'm just doing that. Put the Another thing, I wanted to make sure I could get the carpet back nice and tight, which was actually pretty easy. I will tell you one thing is that your wall definitely is probably not going to be straight no matter how new your house is. So we've been in here 2 years, and by the window is straight, but as it comes away from the window, it starts to bow out a little bit. But what I did was I just used the boards and speed square to kind of keep me level, so I kept the boards level. There's a gap between the wall and the backboard, but what I'm gonna do is just fill that with caulk, so that's gonna be all right. All the gaps I'm gonna fill with caulk. Probably gonna spend the next couple days caulking once it's all up, and that way everything's nice and tight. Then I'll paint with some white semi-gloss paint to match the rest of the trim around the house, and we'll be all right. All right, so this is where we currently are. I got one side up. I'm starting to frame it out for the shelves. I kind of just tack this in there quick so I can get an idea of where I need to stop my shelves. I'm going to do another bracket that comes out this way, that way, same thing on that side, and then I should start measuring up. So I have to patch some of the walls from when the stuff I took off. And like I said, you start to realize how uneven things really are because the wall warps out at that point. It's interesting, but I took off the windowsill. I'm going to reuse the same sill, just cut off the extra, and then I'm going to add a shelf out further. And then, same thing, I had to come out a little further than I wanted to because I want to be able to at least open this up when I need to. So I did the same thing on both sides. And this wood was a little bulged, so I used this piece right in here in order to be the guy that keeps it all tight. Alright, so making progress. I had took out the entire windowsill and the skirt. There's the skirt down there. And then what I did to make my life easy, instead of trying to find another piece of wood and cut it to that size, I literally drew a line down it and used a circular saw and cut off the extra lip piece that hangs over. So now that fits smoothly. I'll fill it with some caulk, nail it down, and we're making moves now. We're coming together. So if you do have an actual sill, you are going to take it out. So it's easy to take out once you break the border around it. You use a crowbar or your multi-tool thingy. I don't know where mine is right now. I've been using it all day. And you could just pop it out, but I use a crowbar to pop it out quick and easy. It's not attached to the window at all. And then I just cut that lip off and put it right back in there with a circular saw. Fantastic. All right, we're making some progress. Starting caulking around here. I ran out of, I don't have enough 1x, let me move that over. I don't have enough 1x12s to do the shelves now, so I have to go to the store for that tomorrow, plus return extra wood that I bought. But in the meantime, since I don't have too much caulking to do at a regular basis, well, that way I don't have too much caulking to do at the end. Started caulking around the frame and all that wonderful stuff. These guys here, I'll have to do it again once the shelves are in, but that's how we're looking now. Filling gaps. Caulk is your best friend, my friends. Alright, so here's an update. I pretty much got a lot of it done. As you guys can see, I guess you can't. I got all the shelves in. So the shelves are up. I got big gaps down here because we got games and stuff that has to go on the bottom shelves. But I went and I caulked all corners now. Only thing that, even the shelves are caulked in now. Only thing I gotta do now is put the more brace in front just so I can hold more shelves. So I'm gonna add a second brace in front just to kind of make sure these things don't sag with the weight. You're not gonna be able to climb on them, but they should be able to hold the weight pretty good once everything's on there. So that's the plan right now. Do that tomorrow though. I'm taking a break now. So wasn't too bad. It's probably taken me about maybe, sorry, it's about to get dark. I want to say maybe started this Sunday. Today's Monday night. So I could have probably gotten this all done a lot more yesterday, but they didn't have all the wood I needed at Lowe's, so I had to make a trip back there this morning. Plus I was taking my time. I wanted to kind of make it as perfect as possible. I could have probably saved some more time and spent on more expensive wood, but to be honest with you, man, I sanded it down really well, so it actually did a pretty good job finishing. Then paint it anyway. If I was going to stain it, then yeah, I would have probably opted for more of expensive wood, but I was able to fix a lot of the warping by when I drilled everything into place. But yeah, caulk was a good friend of mine. Filled a lot of the gaps. So what I'm going to do is tomorrow I'm going to finish up the faceboards. I'm going to finish the brackets to kind of make sure it's as strong as I can make it. especially if the kids are going to use it to grab book stuff out. I don't want any books on the shelves or anything to fall, so I'd rather overbuild it than underbuild it. I want to get it painted by Wednesday at least, which I should. That's why I was caulking as I went. As I finished for the night, I caulked some more just because there is a lot to caulk. I already used 3 bottles. I got one more. I'm probably gonna need to get another bottle for when I do the trim work, but we'll see how that goes. I wood glued everything together. So not only did I use finishing nails, screws, I also wood glued everything together to make sure it's as tight as bond as possible. That way it doesn't warp with the change of weather. But I'm happy with it so far. The very last thing I'm gonna do is the trim piece across the top, but I'm gonna figure out how I'm gonna do that first. But so far so good, so let's keep it going. All right, sorry for being dark, but it's time for a little update. It's about 1 o'clock in the morning. A slight day today. I started Sunday. Today is Wednesday night. I guess it's Thursday now. No. Yes, today is Thursday. Wow. All messed up in the game. But here's the status. I already painted this one. I ran out of paint, so I got to touch that part up later. Got to finish painting that one. And I got to finish painting the top 2 shelves over there. But here we are now. What do you guys think? Let me get a better look for you guys. Alright, so here we are. Don't mind the mess. I got the front frames on. I still have to paint underneath. I have lights that I have to order. I'm going to send them to Shirell so Shirell can order them. But I got puck lights. I'm pretty much will put puck lights in each shelf, and it's pretty much controlled by a remote control. So I could turn them on and off if I want. Probably never really have them on, more so maybe for show. I'm going to change that light out for a LED recess lighting, like I did over there. You guys can't see that, but yeah, I think it looks good. Oh, not focusing. There we go. Oh, there we go. All right. I gotta put the blinds back in, but yeah, I gotta finish that top shelf, and I still have to add a bracket across the top that goes across like how it has in the middle, so that I could attach my finishing board in front, and then I'm going to add crown molding. I'm trying to decide if I want to do crown molding now or wait until I do crown molding throughout the rest of the upstairs. I might just do it now and leave that crown molding for last, because I'll probably upstairs will be the last I do, so I'll figure it out. But yeah, why is it having a hard time focusing? But yeah, we're looking good. Let's get a better close up. So the reason why they're all different sizes, those big ones are going to be holding board games. We have a bunch of board games, so the big ones are going to be holding board games. I don't know what's going on in there. We have tubs that is going to go there with school supplies for the trays, like that's in those little bins like that. We're going to stack those in there. Books are going to go either in this top shelf or this top one. I don't know, we have a bunch of books though. But yep. Yep. Look at that caulk work. Caulk saved my life, I'll tell you that much right now. Touch this up with more gray paint. And yep. What do you guys think? Making progress. Alright. Let's fast forward a little bit. Alright, so this is where we are now. It's done, except I'm missing the puck lights for inside the light because they're like $60. I'll wait till next payday to buy those. But we changed out the light up there, which used to be a light like that, but now it matches the LED floodlights, or recessed lights. So it's done. Done. What do you think?
I like it.
You need to give a little bit more enthusiasm than that.
I love it. The kids are going to have a very great school year.
Yep. We also added art. Cheryl bought a picture the other day. It's a pretty big box. We added another art downstairs also. Is it called art? I don't know if it's called art.
I was a portrait or
Portrait?
painting.
Alright, so let's see. We got the games on one side. Photo albums up there. Kids' books. School supplies. And I guess paper. And craft supplies, I believe. And then this space, I don't know what we're going to do with this space. That ladder's going to go in the garage back. I'm afraid of heights. That's the old bookshelf that I got to cut up with a circular saw so we could throw it in the trash. And that's it. And this was in London's room, but we're putting it back in the garage because her room's too small. She doesn't use it yet. But that is pretty much it. It only cost about $300, probably about $325 after I bought a second gallon of paint. Because the first, I just bought quartz and it was pretty much just sucking up the paint. But, yeah, and that's with the trim. I only bought 2 8 pieces of trim, or 8-foot sections. This is all done with 1x12s for the shelving and the sides. This is a 1x3 for the front. This is a 1x2 for the side trim. And that's just a 3-inch crown molding piece. This is just basic standard one you get from Lowe's. And that's pretty much it. And then the baseboard, I just reused the same base trim from before. So I'm most proud of this. The whole thing I'm most proud of is the caulk lines on the side, because I feel like that's what sells it. Yep. Yep. I really feel like painting inside, so on the top, underneath, I only did 1 coat of paint. But it's steady. It's not going anywhere. There's no sagging. So only time will tell how well the white paint holds up. On the positive, you always touch it up and call it a day. Just like how I touched up the trim. But thank you guys for watching. If you guys are new to the channel, definitely hit that subscribe button. Until next time, people. Time to go to sleep.